Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's ready to talk about the wonders of war with me tonight?
I am Joe Butler, sitting in the corner with an axe in my head because Mike hates me for this.
I am Phoebe Stanton, and I'm here to talk about something that came out today that actually made me cry, the Amazing Digital Circus series finale.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Larrey. I'm just looking forward to talking to this wholesome family movie.
And I'm John, and I am actively trying to actually finish the movie. I've got a half hour left. I have Netflix on the main screen. I have Discord on the side screen, and everything's coming through my headphones.
Is this your first time watching it?
No, I saw it last year for the first time when it was in the theater.
Oh,
Yeah, I actually it was the first time I knew about it, and I actually owned the movie, but I never watched it. When it came to the theater, I was like, okay, it's time. While it's in the theater, I'm gonna go see it. And oh boy,
I wouldn't go. Yeah, no, no.
it was a fantastic experience because everybody was bawling their eyes out.
Sounds wonderful.
I knew what you're talking about because our theater had that too, and I went, no, not going, no way.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it was coming to theater, I was like, I've got to go do this. I live for like special movie experiences in theaters.
To be fair, they show the Ghibli movies like every year now. I think it's like a weird holiday thing that I think Regal has a contract with them, which is perfectly fine.
They do it from like April to like October. They do it every year, all year. But for some reason, I don't know that Grave of Fireflies is one of them. Like it's the first time.
Not this year. There's a weird rights thing with the movie. Like Ghibli doesn't actually own the movie, so they have to get permission to put it in their little Ghibli Fest thing.
I mean, it wasn't because the government was like, we don't want you to watch a movie in theaters about how the government is corrupt.
Well, Japanese government.
That's most Japanese movies of this time period. And even today.
Yeah. So we are here to talk about a movie I had no plan on ever seeing, Grave of the Fireflies, directed by Isao Takahata, screenplay by Isao Takahata, and came out, and distributed by Toho, production company Studio Ghibli, and came out in 1988.
1988. Still looks good for an 88 movie.
Yeah.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
The animation was
any of their movies look bad, except for the 3D one.
There was like a 3D one that came out within like the last 5 years that I've never seen, and I've heard it doesn't look great.
Was that Mary the Witch or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, his son directed that one, I believe, yeah.
Or was it Mary the Witch, or was it?
There was also a TV series on Amazon that they did that was 3D as well, I believe.
That I don't know about, but I am thinking about The Witch.
It's Earwig and the Witch, I think is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Earwig and the Witch.
Yeah. Mary and the Witch's Flower is the other one.
I've never seen it, doesn't interest me, because it just looks, I don't know.
I was interested in it,
like The Boy and the Heron, and The Boy and the Heron's fucking fantastic.
The Boy and the Heron is
not like
amazing.
But that's not what we're here for. One day I'll talk about that movie. So, I always like to start off with our history. I have never seen Grave of the Fireflies on purpose. I have owned it on DVD for over 20 years when it came in a pack that I bought of bootleg Studio Ghibli movies that I thought was official. And I never did it. I was like, no, I don't want to. I heard about it. I was good. And we had a Patreon poll won, and here we are. So that's my history. Joe Butler.
So I did the normal thing where I was in a anime club in high school, and in the anime club in high school was the main president was another high school student that was the same age as me, and he would often be like, "Hey, have you guys seen this movie?" And it's like, "No, what movie is it?" Awesome. So of course, 1 week had to be Grave with the Fireflies, and so we watched the whole movie and just cried. I also know for a fact, fun fact for this movie that I didn't know before. Did you know up until like 3 years ago, you could buy that candy and keep one piece of candy inside and shake it at people? I was going to buy one for the podcast and shake it at Mike to make fun of him, but apparently the candy got discontinued 5 fucking years ago. So it's like $30 for the tin. And I was going to get it, but it was going to take 3 months to get here because it came from Japan. So that joke ended quickly.
I'm okay with that.
You win this one, Mike.
Phoebe.
I remember renting this from, I'm very certain, the Netflix DVD service. because it was one of those Ghibli films that everybody says you should watch at least once, but we did not have it, so I was like, okay, let's rent it. And back then, did not make me cry, but that's because I had no soul 20 years ago.
Shut up.
You have a soul now?
I kinda. Let's just say depression means that you don't really cry or feel much of anything or taste anything.
Yeah, it does have that effect.
Weird. I'm in the other direction where I'm so depressed I cry at everything.
Damn. No, my depression's always been like hyper ennui.
And Joseph.
First experienced this movie in college in my Japanese history class. The professor showed this movie to us. I just remember it being super depressing back at that time. And then I did see this movie again, like John, when it came out last year in the movie theaters. I saw it as well there. This is talking my third time seeing this movie. I do not know why I have watched this movie so many times.
It's not a bad movie. I mean,
no, it isn't. It's just not like it, but it's definitely not a happy-go-lucky movie. Although, real quick fun fact, did you know that this came out the same day My Neighbor Totoro came out, and they actually had that as a double feature in Japan?
Oh god, which one was first?
Grave of the Fireflies was first.
Oh, so they used My Neighbor Totoro as the palate cleanser. Got it.
Yep.
The kids died.
That's like freaking that's like the like Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Fair, but that wasn't done by the studio.
So. Yes, it was. Oh, yeah.
I mean, not exactly.
Oh, Barbie, yeah.
I mean, the theaters took advantage of it, but I mean, it wasn't like they set it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, the smart thing to do would be to have Totoro afterwards, but who knows if they did that.
Totoro's such a good fucking movie.
I've never seen it.
You should.
Yeah, I haven't either.
You can see the mother from this movie is the mother in that movie, because it looks like the exact same character drawn. So, hey.
Hey, don't worry about it. You know how many Ghibli movies are about World War II? I think like 5 of them.
Yeah.
More than
The Boy in the Heron, Windsor Eyes, this one.
Poppy Hill.
Yeah.
Totoro is technically set in post-war Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, there is a war in
Nausicaa.
House Moving Castle.
The house, yeah, it was House Moving Castle.
Yeah,
but
House Moving Castle, I think, was specifically because he wanted to make a movie to kind of counteract the Iraq War or something, but we're not here for that.
But to be fair, in Howl's Moving Castle, they had ships that we don't have in a weird technology. But
Thank God.
This is accurate to, like, Joe, what is the plot summary of this movie?
Let me tell you a tale of two orphans trying to survive in Japan during World War II. And it just doesn't end well.
Fair. That's fair.
And that's all you need. If you've gotten to this point and still haven't seen this movie, go watch the movie. Go watch the movie.
Just listen to us talk. You don't need to watch the movie.
Go watch the movie. I think everyone should watch this movie at least once. That's why we're here. Because you need to watch this movie at least once, Mike.
Yeah, I unfortunately now can say I did.
Yeah.
So.
Also, thank you for voting for this on the podcast. Well, we all make fun of Mike for crying, but we'll also probably make fun of me for crying.
I didn't cry, but I wasn't in a good mood after this movie.
That's fair.
I mean, this movie shows you what it is in the opening few minutes, where the kid is in a train station and pretty much dies of starvation, and then he gets up, walks away, and sees his sister. And I was like, oh.
Well, his first line is, "Today's the day I die." Like, oh, okay.
Was it December something of 45?
September 21st, 1945, I think.
I thought it was December. Okay. I'll have to, anyway, like if you know the history, like you can pretty like, okay, the event that happened at the beginning of the movie, then you know where to. So
well, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here.
I did the same thing, John. There's one scene in this movie where they see it, where he's like, "Oh, a kamikaze flight," and I was like, "Oh, they're getting near the end of the war." And I looked it up. I was.
Oh
right.
yeah, so the guy goes like, "There's no more rations until July," and so I'm like, "Okay, we're in June. Got it."
Did anything specific happen in June and July?
They were losing.
Not in June, July.
And,
well,
lots of people are dying.
If you like the beginning of the movie when the attack first firebombing, that would have been March the 45 Operation Meeting House. It was the biggest single death toll of, I believe, 1,000 people like under 24 hours. Like you would technically consider the atomic bombs to be two separate events, so that's why you don't say the atomic bombs. But like it was a massive firebombing of Tokyo.
And this movie shows you how awful firebombing is.
Yep.
Before we had the Geneva Convention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was. You you hear the one girl of like, and the oil splashed out when they were trying to move the bomb, which is, I mean, it was essentially napalm. It was gelatin gasoline, basically, is what the bombs were.
Oh.
And they are awful.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, man, this movie is.
So is the ending of the movie the beginning of him like dying in like the train station?
Yeah,
Is that
so the movie's kind of got a wraparound story and technicality where there's like a little bit of framework to it, because at random intervals throughout the film you can see the ghost version of him and his sister, like especially on the train when the older lady is looking down at Saita and he's carrying the box of his mother's ashes, and then it like pulls out on further down on the train car is also him.
Yeah.
I just saw that as story framing.
No, it's supposed to be like his ghost is reliving the memories.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of, I think, like what do they say? You watch your life flash before your eyes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also makes more sense when this movie can be very disjointed with time. It'll look like the very next scene, so it's only been a few minutes, but it's actually been 10 months.
Well, they give you some stuff to map that out.
Yeah. It's like the entire time span of the movie is like 9 months, because it's from March to December, I believe.
Yeah, of 1945.
Well,
45.
I'll get into it a little bit later in the movie, but there's very much a reason, like, because they end up living out in the middle of nowheres, they also lose a lot of time because they're not really worried about time. They're kind of just worried about surviving. That's why, like, towards the end of the movie, whenever he's like cashing his money out, he says something, but they're like, "What are you talking about, kid? The war is over." And he's like, "What do you mean the war is over? We don't lose." Like, "No, kid, we lost, man." Like, he's like, "What about my dad?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah."
That's the scene I'm watching right now.
Guess your dad's dead. Your dad is dead. Stop being fucking hysterical, stupid kid.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like how, like they very much specifically lose their sense of time once their lives really kind of go downhill.
And just everything. I mean, it's accurate though, with him being like, we can't lose and this and that. Like, that's how I'm watching propaganda stuff of like, yeah, that's what every country does in wartime, and apparently not wartime either.
And Mike, you may remember, but I know the story. I don't remember where it was. The island that it was like, what, 10 years that the Japanese on the island never knew that they surrendered, and they were still preparing for battle. It was like 10 years later.
Oh, I think it was a little bit more than 10 years.
It's like
I think
40 or so.
Was it 40? Yeah. Okay. I knew the like kind of specifics, but I didn't know the timeline.
Yeah, the guy was on the island, and they were just because they never got the order to end it, so they just were ready. They
weren't even trusting other Japanese people. They had to get a still living CEO of theirs to come in and be like, "Look, I'm fucking old. Why am I in these uniforms again?
Yeah.
Get off the goddamn island."
I mean, the Japanese did not surrender. That was that's why they did Sebiku. Was like, we don't surrender. We kill ourselves before we surrender. They didn't think it was possible because of their god emperor. Was it Hirohito or what was the emperor at the time?
I remember his name.
Hirohito.
Because they saw him as a god
sitting on that throne to stop the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I mean, America's never lost a war anyway, so it's fine.
I'm going to fucking scream.
I mean,
that's a joke.
We lost Vietnam, and then we lost the Iran War.
No,
we
we're
never
talking
should have started.
Specifically this week.
I know. The Iran War that never should have happened, and yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about this week. I was actually talking about Vietnam.
Vietnam. 100%
even
lost.
better.
Vietnam's a war we never should have been in. That's a whole nother conversation. Not about this movie. Vietnam's also really sad. Don't find me a movie about Vietnam. I mean, so my basis of understanding before this movie was that they had died from, like, this is what I thought the movie was, that they had died from nuclear. Like, they were around when the nuclear bomb goes off, and then they eventually die from nuclear poisoning. The fact that they both die of malnutrition hits a lot worse.
So, funny enough, that's a different movie. There's a different Japanese movie where the kids die from radiation. So,
what movie is it? I never watched it.
What was it?
Barefoot Gen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put that on my never watch list then. All right. Because I can handle a lot of shit, but kids dying of starvation? apparently is not on my list of things that I like watching at all.
It's pretty sad,
Nope.
dude. I mean, I agree with you.
I mean, it's just like I get it. Like the things that happen in this movie, like, and I was watching, I was thinking, like, this is based on somebody's event.
It is. It's based off of a book. There's a book of it's the entire story except for the brother didn't die, so he had to come to terms with the fact that he starved his sister to death, basically.
Okay.
There is, and I cannot remember the name of it. But yes, it is based off of a real thing. They just with some turns.
It's based on Grave of the Fireflies by Haruki Nosaka.
Okay. Yeah.
An autobiographical short story.
Crazy.
I never knew what firebombing looked like exactly, and thanks to this movie, now I know what those bombs look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like long. They look like kind of like torpedo tubes, except they're long, cylindrical, and when they hit the ground, they ignite, and also it like releases the fuel oil basically. So they were designed to like crash through roofs and stuff like that, and then explode inside the house.
Yeah, they're fucking awful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
they used to be
I knew
of
them. But, yeah.
At the start of the war, I think it was thermite, and then they changed to fuel oil.
Oh dear God, thermite.
Now, to be fair,
go ahead.
I was going to say, to be fair, I also thought the same thing as Mike as well, which was I thought they also died to nuclear poisoning because I thought they were like hanging out in the open and that's why they were getting it. But I was also wrong. So it's okay, Mike.
No, because this is before I ever saw the movie. This was just my assumption of the movie when I knew that, because I had heard years ago that the kids die in the end of this movie. I did not realize the kids die in the opening of this movie and then die throughout the entire movie because it's a flashback. That I did not know. But it's just, I don't know, the fact that it's malnutrition, but I mean, I do like the way it shows how people react. People are like, oh, you're not doing your part for the Empire of Japan, so you don't get to eat.
Yeah, that aunt's a cunt.
I didn't remember that about the movie either.
Neither did I. I remember them being out on their own. I didn't remember the aunt sub-story at all. And it's like half the film.
Yeah. They never do specify if she is on the mother's side or the dad's side.
She's the dad's side.
Yeah, I do.
Dad's side, okay.
Yeah, because she there's one part where she's like, why don't you go live with your mom's side of the family? And they're like, we don't know.
That's right.
We haven't contacted part of the mom's family.
Why haven't you written your dad yet? I did 10 days ago. Oh,
yeah.
I guess you should have received a letter by now. Oh well.
What even makes me more mad about the aunt subplot is you do notice it before they do, where she's like super not giving them portions. And even weirder, so that's not her husband and her kid. That's both her kids, right? That's like her son and her daughter, right?
That's her husband.
Okay.
Her husband, her son, and her daughter, I think. And they're...
But they specifically are like, hey, why are you treating them like shit? And she's like, I don't know. Fuck them.
I mean, close, yes.
And then it's like, dude, that was our rice. Oh, now you're fucking complaining that you have food at all, huh? Like, oh my God, she's just such a...
She took the mother's kimono to get the rice, and then
I think she just doesn't like the mom side of the family.
Maybe,
probably,
yeah, probably possible.
She views them as spoiled because they're for their dad's high-ranking military. She kind of just views them as spoiled brats.
Oh yeah, because
that's your fucking part of the family.
Yeah, but she doesn't get the benefits. Like only the wife and the children get the benefits.
Yeah, because that's basically her saying too, because she says something along the lines of like, "Oh, you guys have like whenever he brought home the food, she's like, oh, you guys get really good rations. That's bullshit."
Oh yeah, like they have butter, and she like goes crazy for it.
Yeah,
butter and dried fish and pickled plums and
yeah.
I mean, I took it as they had been hoarding that stuff for a bit, but maybe not.
Well, you see him like he buries all of that stuff at the start of the movie before the firebombing.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of assumed they just had, it's something that they had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see their house. Their house is.
Oh, it's nice.
I think you would consider it like much nicer than the aunt and uncle or the aunt's place. Like it looks like a much higher class house because there's all kinds of pictures and like dolls in like glass cases and.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. All that.
Yeah, when he's running through the house, like grabbing the dad's picture and stuff, you see all the stuff on the wall. Like it's a very nice house compared to theirs.
Okay, that makes sense, and also why she's jealous and kind of a bitch. So
I was gonna say too, because that also makes sense as well, because it would explain why she's like, oh, the kimonos are expensive because the dad buys the mom expensive clothes.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't even have this movie on the background like I normally do for most things we do in this podcast because I don't want to watch this movie again.
Yeah. So the one thing I didn't, of course, I didn't like. I like Mike. I knew they died, but I didn't know the when I first saw the movie. You see at the beginning of the movie when that guy throws the fruit drop container and like it comes open and you see her ashes or what comes the sister's ashes or what comes out of the container. And that is the set when the ashes come out, you see her ghost, or I guess you would call it her spirit or whatever. That's when she appears. It's like, isn't there? I think there's a thing like Japanese culture of like your soul can be contained within an object.
Makes sense.
So once it came open, you see, and then you see her and him meet again right as he died.
Because at first I thought that was just like, dried up whatever is in there. I'm like, wait, no, that's ashes. I'm like, oh.
That was a bone. Yeah.
Didn't do it at a temple.
No, that too.
I mean, religion plays such a big effect in their lives too. And I mean, this felt like a pretty accurate like showing what happened in World War II and the horrors of war. And how terrible firebombing is.
There's a weird thing where
we were the villains of the movie.
Yes. But I mean,
what a crazy concept.
Well, it's one thing where Miyazaki very specifically talks about how much he fucking hates World War II because he survived it. So, I mean, I don't blame him either.
Although, Miyazaki had nothing to do with this movie.
Oh, he didn't work on this one?
He did not.
Oh, he did?
No, he's doing Totoro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was
Weird.
not done. He didn't direct it, write it, or anything. He had no part of it.
The art style does look different from what
it does.
Hayao Miyazaki does. Like whenever the characters cry or when the Firefly scenes happens and like half their faces are lit and half the faces are not. Gonna be honest, it becomes one of the ugliest films I've seen.
This, I think, at this time and even still today, like Studio Ghibli is very heavily influenced by old Disney, like the Walt Disney stuff that he did back in the day. Even to this day, Ghibli's stuff is very. What was the one of like? There was somebody made a remark at one point of like Disney is the stuff that you will watch to enjoy your childhood. Studio Ghibli is the stuff you will watch to realize that your childhood's going to end.
Yeah. Ooh. I think that was the last Ghibli movie that we did. Someone said that.
Might have been.
I can't remember.
I heard it somewhere in a video or... Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's
pretty... also hasn't released yet by the time this comes out, so...
Like, that's pretty accurate. Like, yeah, I will agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, this movie... Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of his movies, but this was one that actually that hits in a way, so... Yeah, I get that. This was a sad fucking movie.
A good movie, at least.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was a very good movie.
The scene when they're on the beach and, like, she runs up on the dead body. I was like, "Ooh, that's a spicy meatball." Like that's a tough scene to think. And he just kind of comes up and just like steers her away from it, like the normal thing, kind of.
Yeah, that happens.
The scene with his mother when they find their mother.
Oh, the scene later when you like, not to get too graphic, but the flies and the maggots. Like I was like,
oof, yeah, rough.
Yeah,
I can like a lot of that stuff does not bother me, but that one's like, that's a bit, yeah.
It has an effect. Not a nice one.
I'm gonna say it's because it's rough. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joseph, as someone who was in Japan for a while, do they mention World War II there much?
Not as much. Surprisingly, not as much now, just because that generation, most of those people have unfortunately passed. They did talk about it quite a bit, though, previously, though, because they really wanted to emphasize like learning from that experience to make sure it doesn't happen again. They're a country that tries to learn from its mistakes and not, repeat them.
What's that like?
I know, right?
We here just like to repeat our mistakes and then go like, it was the other guy. Okay, that's something I was just curious about with this movie because, like, you could just. They're in this movie. They're really recognizing how the government failed them because the government did.
Oh yeah. You should right after World War II, you can just see the faith in the government just plummet in Japan, and it's been low ever since. It's never bounced back.
Well, I mean, right at the end of, or around that time, it was still the government was like, no, we're winning. Like there's not even a chance we're going to lose. We are millions of their coming close to doing like
The propaganda machine was ridiculous.
Well, you can see like in the beginning when they're with the fire bombs, there's that guy that's like standing right in the middle of the burning building, just saying, "Praise the Emperor."
Yep.
He died, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he died.
Okay. I figured. I didn't remember if I saw him burst into flames
Well,
or
it
not.
looked like he was about to perform ritual suicide because he had a sword.
He probably was. That's what they did.
They did, yeah.
I mean, it's just how this war went. I mean, this was a crazy freaking war. I know. Sometimes, it's just so much.
I mean,
and that's what makes this movie, like this is, you guys are right. Like, this is a movie that you should watch once. Shouldn't watch it 3 times. You should watch it once.
I don't recommend doing it 3 times.
Well, you made us watch it a second time, Mike. Congratulations.
I did not vote for this movie. I did not put it on the poll.
I don't think I voted for this either.
Let the sadness wash over
the
you.
the heron or some shit.
I put this on the poll because it needed to be done. You're welcome. You're welcome, Patreon and Discord listeners.
Yay. Whoa.
I mean, this did need to happen. Like, I like to pull up lists of like top anime movies and top movies you should watch from 80s and 90s, things like that. That is one thing I do. And this movie is on a lot of top anime lists. So, this has always been something that I knew I needed to one day get around to. I just didn't want to.
I'd always want.
Affected me.
I'm a sucker for sad anime. I love sad animes like Anohana and Your Lie in April. I freaking love those. It was just something with this one was like I had access to it. It's been on my shelf for years. I never did it until the theater. I was like, okay, it's the experience of going to the theater and seeing it. I have to do this now. And I've got one other that I like. Everybody says like one of the saddest things ever anime, and that's Clannad. And I have not seen Clannad. I need to do that. But like, I love sad stuff. I love sad animes, and so this one, it worked.
I think it's the kid stuff that makes it so hard. Like, I don't have a problem with movies about propaganda and the government being terrible. Like, that's fine. It's the fact that, like, they die of starvation, and the government, nobody cares about these kids.
No.
I mean,
it's sad.
Nobody has food at this point. How much rice could sustain you? They only eat rice the vast majority of this film.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of the point too, is whenever he says she's malnourished, that also counts towards like scurvy, her not having any fruit, him trying to get her sugar, because technically she's also probably suffering from having probably low blood sugar constantly too. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of issues with it.
Yeah, because all they're eating is rice. I mean, there's also scenes in this movie, like some of the people they go to help, and the guy's like, I barely have enough food for myself, as he's stuffing his face. I mean, I know he probably didn't have a whole lot of food, but I was like, you fucker.
So this says like a pound of rice a day would be your bare minimum.
Yeah, but they weren't even eating that.
But you could do that for like maybe a month before you start having long-term side effects of not having other stuff.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was a kid. I had a cat that would only eat tuna, and she got really sick as time went on. And she still only ate tuna. Fucker lived to like 20-something, though. So she had no fur at one point. Like, all her fur started coming off, and then we finally stopped feeding her tuna, and then she was okay.
So what I'm hearing is
eat something else.
Time to start eating more tuna. Because you live forever.
There's 2 really rough parts in this movie, too, or a couple that I can think of, too, as well, to bring up. One of them is whenever... I guess they're sleeping normally and a bunch of kids pop up and just start fucking with their shit. Super rude.
Dude, oh my god, what the hell?
And then calls them ghosts, but then you kind of see like what's going on with them. And they've gotten to a point where they're not even eating rice anymore. They're eating millets, which is like the shit that grows out in the pond.
Oh.
Look, brother, a
right.
rice ball. I made it just for you. Fucking clay. What is that in your mouth? It's a fucking marble. That's not a fruit drop.
This movie is so hard.
I mean, this was the thing, and I saw that. I don't remember if it was last year after I saw it, but like there is a YouTube video that goes into like one of the things that you don't think about, but then once you know it, you can't unthink it. And the fact that she didn't really have much of a say, and essentially the brother starved her to death without her knowing it and without being able to stop it.
She's 4 in this movie, I think.
I mean,
he's 14.
Yeah, but I mean, you literally think about it, like he actively did, not in a malicious way, but like he actively did starve her to death. And that just makes it even worse for me.
Yeah. I mean, he's not trying to, but he doesn't know what to do
Yeah.
And they don't have money, and there's just no food in general. So
I still say it's the ant's fault.
I mean,
She
the
didn't
ant,
know.
if she wouldn't have pestered them and made them feel guilty, isn't pride a big thing in like culture of Japanese, especially at this time?
Oh
Yes.
God,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Oh
Okay.
God, yes.
So, like, she does, she, plays a huge part in them dying because she's just because she's angry, and she's angry about everything. And it's not the kid's fault it's really your government's fault, but I get it.
There is, and somebody brought this up. I think somebody brought this up about the live action version of the movie.
Yeah.
And I did a little diving into that, and there is a scene in that movie where the daughter and the aunt, like, eventually they go to look for them. I guess they find out that they die, and like the daughter is like, she goes up one side of the aunt, down the other, of like, you killed them, like what you did to them killed them.
Hell yeah!
And I want to go. It's on YouTube. You can go find the entire movie. I was like, I might have to watch the live action version just to see. I'm
I
curious.
don't think so.
I get curious of stuff. I was like, I might have to just go watch that now just to see what it's like.
Put it on
Let's
the
see if I can-
Patreon poll. See what happens.
Make me cry anymore.
You know, there's actually 2 live action versions of this movie.
Why?
Fuck?
I knew there was
Yeah,
one.
fair. That's a fair comment right there, Phoebe.
Yeah,
I get it. This is, part of their history. It's part of history in general, not even their history, but so I get it. And the reason why the people die is because the adults that should be caring for them are too busy being assholes about it.
I think that's what the issue of it was too, because there is a part which did make me feel a little bit better in the movie, not by a lot, but it did. Is the part where there's a part where the guy beats his ass raw because he catches him stealing, and
sad.
he takes him to the police station, and even the cop is like, "Dude, you beat up a minor. What the fuck?" And so, like, I like to think that there at least are people who are like, yeah, maybe you guys shouldn't be ignoring children out on the street. Then we wouldn't have fucking had stuff like this happen.
He should not have beat the kid, but it's also very much the way I took it as they're angry with their situation, so he's just taking it out on whoever he can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because they can't. I'm assuming there's still a lot of trust for the government, even though the government fucked them.
But you can take it out on yourself.
You shouldn't do that either. You shouldn't take it on anybody, but yes.
Well, the other reason I say that too is because, what was it? And there's kind of a fucked up part that I think of when I watch this too, is there's a part where they're doing something and someone tells them like, hey, why don't you just go back to your aunt's house and they'll take care of you, right? And I looked at my husband because I watched with my husband, and I go, what if they didn't have an aunt and uncle? Like, then what?
You die. That's probably why, in that scene at the train station where all these kids are dying, they're all orphans and they don't have anybody. And I'm assuming the structure wasn't there to take care of, kids that don't have anybody.
No, the structure was destroyed during the war. Whatever
fair.
was there was God.
Fair. So that's how I took it. And that also kind of hit me home because of everything that my son's gone through in his life. And it really, I've been in my son's life, but he's lived in the system and group homes, things like that because of his autism. And it's like, it made me think of that, where, he's just abandoned, where these kids are abandoned by everybody. And that also made this movie sadder too.
Oh man, maybe it's almost like we shouldn't have a government that abandons children. Oh my god.
What? Don't have a government? Good idea, Joe.
Yeah, let's not have a government. Yeah.
You need a government.
In Minecraft. Yeah.
Humans are creatures that need to have order, or they will, statistically speaking, make very bad decisions. So I watch too many post-apocalyptic things too. So hey, I understand.
I just thought you were holding Loki.
I should do Loki. I never have. I was supposed to a long time ago.
I'm talking about in the Avengers when he's like, you people crave subjugation, a strong hand to lead you.
People do though. It's not. I forgot. You're right. That's such a good line though. When that guy stands up to him and yeah. But
yeah,
I was also thinking to myself, man, if you stood up to Hitler, you just would have been murdered right then and there. So hey,
and fuck Hitler.
Sir, there are no men like me. No, there are always men like you. Yeah. I might have to watch Avengers here in a bit. I really want to go watch that. It's been a while.
That first movie is so quirky and so goofy.
I do not like that first movie.
It's pretty bad.
I love the first Avengers.
I did too. Then I rewatched it for this podcast years and years ago. And then I was like,
I've seen it within the last year and a half, probably.
It's a good movie. I don't know. I had problems with it. I have problems with a good chunk of the Avengers movies now.
I go back and forth on if I like Age of Ultron or the first one better. I really like Age of Ultron.
I think Age of Ultron's way better.
I would like them both if Joss Whedon wasn't involved in them. They'd both be better movies.
I mean, that was back before we knew he was a piece of shit.
I know. It's not even it. I just realized when I was watching those movies, like I just didn't like him, his style at that time anymore. And then it turned out that he was a piece of shit. And I was like, oh. But no, I just didn't. The style in that movie I don't like.
Like, there's something about the first one where it's like, you don't like he throws in a whole, like Bruce falling on Natasha's tits. Like, that seems like that was nothing like that in the first movie. Like, it's almost like he was telegraphing what would come out in like a year later.
People do that. So people do that. So I mean, that is cool to know that in the live action that they, it shows at the end, because the ant, 100% played a big part in their death. They needed that structure, like it. This kind of shows you, like, kind of reference like Lord of the Flies in a sense, where they go live off on their own. And I think he could have survived if he didn't have a sister. But at the same time, it's very difficult to survive on your own when you don't have the things that you need. Like, you see him stealing throughout this movie, which I appreciated those scenes. Like, how else are you going to survive? And also, a lot of those homes are going to be destroyed anyway, so nobody's really going to know.
Yeah, but
the one scene toward like the end of the movie when the bomber's flying over and he's like cheering for the bomber as he's ransacking through houses.
Yeah, yay! Keep bombing! Everybody's leaving their houses so I can steal their shit.
I was gonna say he goes mad.
Wait, he needs to survive. I mean, he's not stealing to be a to shitty person. He's stealing to survive, which I mean, just to quote a famous character, I only steal what I can't afford, and that's everything.
I
love that line.
Did you just hit us with Aladdin?
I did. I love that line in Aladdin. I like that movie a lot, but that's neither here nor there.
Somebody in our chat is currently playing the critically acclaimed MMORPG.
I wonder who that could be.
I'm playing Vampire Survivors.
I'm playing TCG
I literally
Card
just logged in to check my retainers.
I should probably log in again.
No, you should. You should uninstall it and never go back.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're a bitch.
I've hit like a break point now that I've been hitting this hard the last couple of months. I was like, it's time to take like a little break again.
So I didn't realize that he was cheering for the bomber. Like, I mean, I remember that part, but I didn't. That makes more sense now that he's
totally cheering for his own country to get bombed because everybody's going to go to the shelter and he's going to run around the town and steal their shit.
He's gone mad.
I wouldn't say he gone mad. It's just he's surviving. That's all.
Oh no, he turns on the flashlight and then does the Joker laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's also being abandoned by society, because that's what happened to him. He was abandoned by his country, society, and he's a child still, so he doesn't have the capacity to understand and deal with that as an adult can.
So you could say he was living in a society?
Yes.
I will see myself out.
We do live in a society, though. I don't care what anybody says.
She said that, I was like, oh, I can't pass this up.
No, that's how the show goes.
I love that he finally gets food, like real food. And it's like, here, oh my god, Sesko. No. Saika's the brother.
The younger girl. That's
Sesko. And it's like, here, have some watermelon. And she takes all like 2 bites.
Dies
and then dies.
Yeah. Well, he fed her like, what was that other, like a yellow, was it kind of like a mushmelon or something that before that? She took like 1 bite of that.
Oh, I don't remember.
I mean, how did he finally get all that food?
He sold everything he stole.
A bunch of shit, and he stole a bunch of shit.
Well, and he got the money out of the money out of the bank too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Tiff asked me, why didn't he do that earlier?
They were trying to save what they could.
Yeah, and I that's what I said too. I mean, they were looking to the future, and I mean, it's not their fault that everything went the way it did. It was just the country had no way to survive what's happening.
Yeah.
I was gonna say also really, really fucked up point too. It also doesn't help that whenever he argued with the ant, he's a child that is scared of being bombed every day. So they literally go live in a fucking cave where they get mites every day and shit too, which also didn't help.
Oh, I didn't notice the mites part.
That's what he's breaking apart in his hand whenever he's combing her hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it mites or kind of lice?
It's lice, but they also sleep on the ground and dirt with hay.
I
they're
mean,
not.
you see all the red when they go to the doctor, which that scene when she like pulls her shirt
Oh.
up and like it's bones and like red.
Yeah, I kind of
skin. I was like,
figured when he was combing her hair and it was coming red, I thought it was more like she was shedding skin and she was bleeding and on the
is that
scalp.
I think it was all of the above, basically.
That's
Yeah.
where my brain went to, Phoebe. So, but yeah, I think John's right too. I mean, it's just awful conditions to be living in, and it's just such a. I mean, I know a good point of this movie is to show, like, how children were abandoned, because that's what this movie's about.
Yeah, 'cause it starts off with he's not the only one.
No,
Yeah.
lots of
There's
orphans
four other
are
kids in that scene.
dying.
And you've got
No,
the train
they're
station
all
guy.
already dead.
You've got the train station guy. Like, it looks like he's going around like trying to loot their corpse. Like, that's dark.
He was just looking for new equipment, John. You know how that goes. We do it all the time
And
in games.
the one thing you hear about, like, that I noticed this time was did you guys watch, like, did you watch the dub or the subtitle? Japanese?
Dub.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. I saw it and I had to watch the sub again, I guess. I saw it in sub the first time at the theater. And either it wasn't maybe in the movie, but the line of the guy, like, oh, the Americans are going to be here soon. We can't have this be the look of our country when the Americans show up. And I'm like, you guys were like literally trying to kill the Americans like a month ago. And now you're like, oh, the Americans are coming. We must make sure everything is pristine for them to show up. I was like, that's
more the
interesting turning
pride,
point.
though, I
yeah,
think.
that too. But I think it was also like Japan, I'm pretty sure at that time was kind of looking for support.
Well, they needed it.
They did, but it was that whole thing of like, well, we can't have all these dying kids in our train stations when the Americans get here.
Well, I got it would be so unkept.
Yeah, that does seem very accurate, though, too, because
Look at this peasant child.
America helped a lot after, they destroyed everything.
Like, fucking
Yeah.
better.
I mean, I can argue on the what should I say, the efficacy of the nuclear bomb. I'm on the side of like, while it was bad, I think it was the right thing to do, because what would have come after of us invading mainland Japan would have been the most horrific thing, I think, maybe in history.
For both sides, yes.
For
No
both sides, yes. It would like, and plus you look at the fire bombings, which, like, if you take one firebombing and one of the bomb drops, the firebombing killed more people. It's just like I will always be on the side of like I don't. The nuclear bomb was not wrong.
I mean, looking through history, like, they didn't have it with the information they had. They didn't have a choice, so I don't blame them for that. I mean, yes, they did enter the nuclear age, but we would have entered that no matter what. Somebody would have done it. Had America not done it, somebody would have done it.
They already had people out there at that time when we were going with the nuclear bomb that were going in with like into the fission bombs and stuff, or the hydrogen bombs.
Yeah, so we were already heading down that road. So I mean, the fire bombs, they knew how devastating they were, because you look at and they did it in Germany too, and that
go look up Dresden. Was Dresden Germany?
It's Dresden.
Yeah, go look up. Yep, go look up that. Like, holy God, that was one of the might be the most, outside of the Holocaust, that might have been one of the other most horrific things that the Allies did in World War II, because they leveled Dresden to the ground and it had no strategic value
and no military. They just killed all the people and everything for no.
Yeah, that Dresden
Terrible.
is a nightmare scenario of that time.
And also never talked about. I actually didn't learn about it until only a few years ago, and I'm a World War II guy. I'm a World War II buff, and it's not something to talk about.
I think I first heard about it a couple of years ago on one of the Fat Electricians videos. I think that's probably where I heard about it for the first time. And I was like, I can't believe I didn't know about this.
Oh, they keep it quiet on purpose. So, yeah, that. And I mean, and this movie showing what the fire bombs do and showing the effect, and especially in a country where a lot of things are made out of wood.
Yeah.
A lot of, and I'm not sure when and where it was used, but they would intermingle fire bombs and fragmentation bombs. So literally, as you're dropping fire bombs and people are running away, they run into a fragmentation bomb. That's just, I mean, it's if you look at it on the scale of what we can do to kill people, it's impressive. But on the other, it's
Yeah.
like that's horrible. Like you've got fire back here, and then you're running out in the street and getting hit by a fragmentation bomb. I'm like, good grief.
Yeah. War's awful.
We learn things by torturing people and then just do it.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you're not wrong.
And when we ended the war and we needed smart people, we did Operation Paperclip.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Where we just basically went and like, all you cool German scientists who built all these cool weapons, come work for us.
I mean, to be fair, it was either work for us or work for the Russians. So,
Yeah.
and Russia becomes the villain because fucking Truman, I think, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Or FDR.
Yeah.
No, FDR is dead at this time,
FDR was dead.
unfortunately.
Okay.
He died. What did he die? Like he was like half. No, didn't he die like right before D-Day?
No, I want to say he survived D-Day. He dies late. Truman inherits the nuclear bomb plans.
40. Okay, he died in April of 45, so he died literally right a month after the firebombing of Tokyo.
I hope you guys were prepared for World War II knowledge to come flying out. When I saw John I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured. That's why I'm just letting you guys do it.
This is one of my bread and butters.
I love
Same.
learning.
Me too, most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's stuff I wish I didn't know, but yeah, otherwise it is usually fun to learn. And I wish I didn't know this movie. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now you do, and now you know more World War II stuff.
I do. I learn more.
Yeah.
I mean, it does a good job of just showing like the people suffering and what they went through. And, so I mean, this is an art piece, and this is a very interesting art piece. But to go back to one of your earlier comments, like with the rights issue, that makes sense. But this is on Netflix, where most of the Studio Ghibli movies are on other platforms. Max or Disney. So that kind of makes a little sense. Yeah, why this is in a random place.
I think it's the Toho thing. I think it's because of Toho.
Oh.
Which doesn't surprise me if you follow any certain YouTube shows that deal with those animes. Toho's shithead.
Joseph, isn't Toho the Godzilla people?
Yeah, they're notorious for being real dicks with their properties.
Okay. As soon as I heard Toho, I thought of Godzilla. I'm like, Joseph will know, I bet. All the details.
I mean, that is...
They do a lot of other stuff.
But Godzilla!
Well, yes, that's probably one of their oldest IPs.
And Dragon Ball.
Which they didn't actually create, but they just, rewrote history to make people think they created it.
They bought it, or?
Yeah, Godzilla was originally a novel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they're like, here's a lot of money, shut up, we own it now.
I mean, that's what billionaires and assholes do. I mean, look at Musk. Bought Tesla and act like he's the one that started the company. So, hey. I mean, it's not an unusual thing to think about if you look at history. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. I just didn't know anything about this. I didn't realize that this was one that was outside like their wheelhouse exactly with the rights, so that way it floated in a different area. Because I was wondering why this is randomly on Netflix. So the other stuff is not.
Yeah. Okay, at this, like the rights are split between Toho and then publishing of the book. And Ghibli's just there. They don't actually have any rights.
Okay, they were just the guys that made it, so.
That were hired, yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, this is also considered one of those famous movies. Also, Your Lie in April is on that list, too, of movies I'm supposed to watch for anime.
No, we're not watching that.
It's a show. It's fantastic. But yes, watch Your Lie in April's great.
Okay.
No, I don't feel like crying for a week again. We're not watching that.
Your Lie in April. Yeah.
I have not seen Your Lie in April. Why does it make people cry?
I think that's probably a spoiler.
The musician one?
It's a spoiler.
Yes.
It is the music, and the music is freaking. I've been setting on rewatching that for like the last 5 years. I love Your Lie in April, and it's sadly owned by Aniplex, which means unless I sell a kidney, I will never be able to afford the Blu-ray.
So
yeah.
Okay, first of all, I could probably find you a website that has a third-party Blu-ray.
I could too.
Second of all,
yeah.
I wonder where you got that. Where you got that one from, huh?
When are we watching The Castle of Cagliostro?
Ooh.
No idea.
I've never seen that either.
It's a good one. It's the only piece of Lupin material I've seen.
I can't. I've only ever seen one Lupin movie, and I regret that decision. So
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. No, I just do not care for that character. I found out. I watched Missed by a Dollar for Robbie Showed Me and Joe did conversation with Robbie Sherman. Check that out. It wasn't a bad movie. I just didn't. It's just not comedy.
Mike, I'm gonna send you a text real quick.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking out loud.
It's a good thing you don't do that in general. Otherwise, I don't think you would have a job or be alive in Nebraska.
Joke's on you. I do say shit all the time. They just
all the time
haven't fucking fired me.
Yeah, I don't think firing's a thing in that job.
You go, Phoebe.
You do live in Nebraska. All right. Any other scenes that we haven't mentioned?
I have sent you a thing on Discord,
I saw.
Mike.
Just mention the scene where they're in the cave with the fireflies.
Oh, that is a good scene.
Yeah.
The
That's a good
eponymous
scene.
grave of the Fireflies.
Yes. That is really sweet though too. Like, and then she's like, "Why do they have to die after a day? Like, this isn't fair." And I forgot they do die after a day.
Life's not fair, baby girl. Life's not fair.
Yep.
Yeah, but that means shouldn't there. I don't know the breeding habits and
I
how
do.
firefly sex and stuff works. I don't want to know, but shouldn't they have fireflies still in their cave bomb shelter thing because it would just be the next generation of fireflies?
So, Phoebe, since you asked, the way fireflies are, they mostly live. The majority of their life is underground. So when they come out, the males are the ones that are in the air, flying around, blinking their lights, or the females to stay in the brush and blink their lights. But they mate the one night they're alive, have babies, and then those babies live underground for a while and eat bugs and stuff and other things, and they eventually sprout, come out, have sex, and die.
Ah, I see.
Welcome
learned
to your
recently,
World War
actually,
history and Firefly
because of
breeding habits
this
podcast.
movie. Literally, like some AI generated meme thing or information on some random Facebook page I follow gave me this information. I was like, oh, I never knew that.
An AI thing.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not an AI exactly. I mean, it's just a page that they had an AI image. That's all that they used to create thing. You can just, I mean, that stuff doesn't bother me.
Also, real quick, just from a Japanese folklore perspective of this, that fireflies are viewed as wandering souls of the dead.
Oh.
Yep.
Which is why when she comes out at the beginning of the tin, you see all the fireflies form around her and with the kid as well.
Okay. That makes sense.
Thank you, Joe. I didn't know that part.
So
I love learning.
I do too.
I was reading up on the city where they lived in the movie. It was the second largest port in Japan
That makes sense.
and the home of the largest concentration of shipbuilding and marine engineering manufacturing. So that is why it was leveled to the ground.
I say, isn't that why he says, like, at one point in the movie where he's like, yeah, I don't have fucking work to go to.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, this is one of the few cases where they bombed actually had strategic value. So hey, good job.
Most of the Japanese, the Japanese. I'm saying the Japanese, like Germany. We were just kind of like, let's just make life as miserable for them, even if it doesn't do jack shit for the poor.
Unfortunately, he is 100% correct.
I am 100% correct because that is what they did. It was a lot of like, let's just level Germany until they surrender or we take it. And we don't care who gets in the way.
Nope. Yeah, people need to study World War II more and realize war is awful. You don't want to start one just because you're an idiot.
War never changes.
No, it's always awful.
Yeah.
I don't like that game.
At least the show is good.
It's okay.
Never watched it. I have zero desire. I've only ever done one Fallout thing on this podcast, and that broke me, and I have never went back.
What was it?
The first game.
Oh, you played OG? Damn, you're crazy.
It wasn't an idea, Phoebe. At one time, this show had co-hosts that started the show with me a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and one of them chose that as one of their first picks.
Mike, I'll do more games like that with you. Let's do Planescape Torment.
Oh yes, can we please do that game?
I've never played
And
it.
Disco Elysium.
No. That game's
too,
too long.
yes.
Oh,
Isn't that too depressing?
No. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, says the guy that got me to watch this and tells me, it's not
What, you
depressing,
don't
don't worry
want to
about
fail skill check and, tackle an old woman in a wheelchair?
Yeah, it's just D&D, but don't worry about it.
It really
it.
is.
it's. I played like 11 hours of that game like years ago, and it's really good. And I wish I had time to actually like go back and actually go through it because it's really good. It's
Now, the
so
only reason-
well. It's so funny and it's so
long.
well written.
Is what I've heard. I think it's long. So, and long games don't always happen. I mean, I can only do so many long games on the show at a time. I have to really like work it out. So it's got to be something that really ends up being worth it to me.
How long to beat has Disco at 23 and a half hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
And Planescape, I'm going to
33.
guess. So,
Yeah, 33 is doable.
oh,
I mean,
I think
so-
Planescape is 31, huh?
Whenever they say like, "Oh, this game is 50 hours," I can usually deduct 10 just the way I play games. So
Yeah, see, there you go.
I can
because I
usually
figured
add
out with
10 to the
Assassin's
way I
Creed
play
recently.
games.
Cyberpunk.
At least I'm happy to say I now watched another Studio Ghibli movie, so that makes me happy to say.
You watched probably the most depressing one. Congratulations.
Yay!
Now you can
According
go
to a
watch the
lot of
best
people.
one someday with Kiki's Delivery Service.
I've seen that. I saw it in theaters. I love that movie.
Oh,
That is a
Kiki's
great
is
movie.
probably my favorite Studio Ghibli movie.
So the cat returns, right?
Never seen that.
That's a
Never,
good
I
one.
haven't.
I haven't seen either.
That's one of the few that I have missed over the years. There's a few, like I was looking at their work, and there's a few I've just never gotten around to seeing yet.
Absolutely. There's so many.
No, I told you before, Mike. I need you to write this down somewhere. There's one Studio Ghibli movie I want you to watch, but you can't look anything up about it because it spoils the whole movie.
Yes, I remember you said that last, but I don't remember what that movie was.
What movie is it?
What movie?
Up on Poppy Hill.
Never seen it.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't-
No, yeah, he's right.
I miss
Yeah.
like all their 2010 shit.
That's 2011, so yeah, that makes sense. You know me. I don't look up anything about movies for this podcast now. Like if there's something I want to do on the show, I tend not to watch anything about it or have any knowledge coming into it, just because that's how this was the only reason I had stuff with this knowledge is because it was just osmosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Okay.
like be in the anime sphere and not know something about this movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Cowboy Bebop. Like if you've never seen Cowboy Bebop, you know stuff about Cowboy Bebop.
I've never seen it. It's been on a shelf in the other room for 9 years.
But you've seen the live action show, Phoebe.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
I like that. That's a decent
Bebop
show.
is-
Just forget what it's connected to. That's all.
Cowboy Bebop has my 2 favorite episodes of anything I've ever watched ever. And it is Jupiter Jazz Part 1 and 2.
I do need to cover that show on this podcast. I should do that.
I should probably start watching anime again.
Yeah.
It's really...
So Phoebe, when do you get off on Friday night so I can plan other stuff with Joe? wondering.
Killed. You'll have your answer.
Editor, edit that out, please. Thank you.
Okay.
No, don't edit it out.
So, any last thing to say about Grave of Fireflies?
What the hell is going on?
They've come
You're not
back.
talking to me, are you?
No, like there's just massive explosions outside. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's probably fireworks.
Why is there fireworks on June 19th?
People are
Juneteenth.
stupid.
Okay.
Dude.
There's Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Did you guys know there was supposed to be a sequel to this movie?
How?
What?
No.
What?
Well, it was actually going to be a prequel called Border 1939. It was going to be the start of the Pacific War. And apparently there was a whole script and everything was written up. And they've actually released the script. You could read it online.
That's crazy.
That would be interesting because
Yeah.
I would like to see things before it all goes to shit.
Yeah,
Yes,
the story
I
was
would-
going to be a Japanese teenager from a colonial Seoul joining an anti-Japanese resistance group in Mongolia.
Ooh.
Okay.
The Mongolia,
This
Huh.
the Mongolia stuff with Japan before World War II was insane.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that
it-
sounds like it would have been awesome.
And it got
At the
shelved
same time.
because of Tiananmen Square.
Oh.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that would have been a fascinating movie.
Yeah, I would want to see that.
That's cool.
Was the hill that they were on at the end of the movie the same one where the guy threw the can?
Probably.
Oh.
I'm gonna be real honest. When it shows that they're looking at modern day Japan, I started laughing. It's just
Why?
such a cliche ending.
No,
It's to show that life moves on.
what really
Well,
makes
so
me
good.
mad is
Go ahead.
did you notice the ending? So those are rich people coming back from the war and being
Yes.
like
Oh yeah.
and being
You're
like
over-
yeah. And being like, I'm so glad we survived the war. And it's like, oh cool, there are a bunch of dead kids in the street. Good job.
I wonder if there were people who left Japan when things started
Oh, yeah.
getting bad, and then they came back when it was over, and they had you see the guy like the I guess the servant carrying all the stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting because it shows the scene of like he was one of those kids at one time, and now here he is on the street dying. That was it, because they show the scene of like him and his mother at their villa or whatever, him swimming, and like he was one of those kids, and now here he is.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, should we go to Shelf Stacker Box?
Sure.
Joe, since this is your fault, why don't you lead us in?
Shelf, obviously, this movie's really good. And like I said, the reason why I put it on here is because I knew people would vote for it. And Mike needs to watch really good movies at least once. But I promise I won't watch him watch anything really, 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 really messed up, like Hostel or Serbian film.
Martyrs.
Mars is good. He needs to watch that.
I did.
Oh.
Did.
Yeah, we've been talking about shit about that movie for years now.
What's
Fuck
that
that
movie? Revenge. Anybody knows that movie?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no. I'm thinking of Weapons. I need to get you to watch Weapons.
Weapons
I'm
is
willing to because of that director.
You do Weapons, I will be here in a heartbeat. Weapons is I freaking love Weapons.
I mean, somewhere, if Ken listens to this, he's probably rubbing his hands together. I'm sure that's something he'd want me to talk about, too. So I think I've done some of those of that director's movies, and I've been going through his slowly, so probably.
I have not seen Barbarian. I need to watch
Yeah, that's
that.
the next one of the guys that I want to do at some point, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
With that.
We'll see when that happens. I'm doing a smaller Spooktober this year, so I don't burn out everybody again. So we'll see. Only doing 1 month of Spooktober, not 2 like last month.
Aw.
Or last year. Yeah, it was too much. Because the same people, because then I only do one set of things, which is just horror, which is like a lot of the same people want to come on, and they're like, I can't, how do you do this 3-4 times a week? I'm like, it's easy.
I'll do horror. Come on, let's go.
I love horror.
I know.
You too.
So, but yeah, I'm just doing 1 month this year. Plus, I had other games I wanted to work in that weren't horror related. So we'll see. Next year, maybe I'll do 2 again. This year's only one month Spooktober. I'm already starting to plan it out. All right, yeah. Shelf Stacker about Joanne, Joseph.
Yeah, this is definitely going on the shelf. I think this is like one of the most important movies made. It's one everyone should watch once in their lifetime, especially just because people really need to understand what war is, need to really know what happened, and this gives you a really good depiction of that. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Phoebe.
I'm going to put this on the stack in all honesty because it did not have the emotional weight to push through my darkened black heart, and it's not going to go on the box because that's already filled with the ashes of all these children.
Baby.
I'm not even surprised. John.
It's going on the shelf. I don't say I enjoy the movie, but it is a very good movie. The depictions of the end of the war in Japan is something that honestly you don't super see a lot from kind of that perspective, and just the timing and the history of that time is really interesting. And then you've got the story of the kids, and it's fascinating and it's horrific to watch. So yes, it goes on the shelf. It's a great movie. It's just hard to watch.
It is. And I'll go last. This is going in the box. I recognize that it's a great movie. I recognize that it's an important movie. I agree with the history part of it, but I did not like this movie, and I was not in a good mindset for sad, depressing movie this week, but at least I finally saw it. But it's going in the box. But I do recognize its importance. So
Yeah,
I will say that.
everybody should watch it at least once if they're a Ghibli fan, but just once.
Just once.
Yeah, I 100% agree. All right, then let's go to plugs. And Phoebe, where can people find you at?
God help us all. Twitter and Blue Sky as the LP Princess. YouTube and Twitch as Let's Play Princess. I am probably, as of the time that this is coming out, back on Twitch from the semi-hiatus to fucking play Deltarune Chapter 5.
Yeah!
Both the normal and the weird route get to fight the super boss twice, whatever that super boss is. And you can find me on a lot of podcasts, but more predominantly the one that you're currently listening to, Jack Milling Presents King of the Big House. Absolutely the best podcast to work in progress, and the show I do with my friend Teacher Book 85 called Nerds of Broadcast.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, there are over 1,000 other episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. Little dog vote in our Patreon poll. We have 2 polls a month, usually. And also, you get access to all the episodes early. As soon as I finish editing them, they go out instead of you waiting the month for most of the other stuff that I do. So that's part of your extra for being a patron. You get to hear our stuff early, but everything does come on the main feed because I will not put anything behind a paywall. And if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast YouTube every episode I make during that month, like these lovely people. You already heard from Phoebe Stanton. And check out Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress, and talk about MCU movies and currently doing the Alien Predator franchise, which they're actually getting close to wrapping up. So check out their show. And check out, I want to also check out Bill Tucker's show, A Gamer Looks at 40, and his new podcast, Carrying My Cross. Also want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro, Curtis Helena at Hell Has Free. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please join our Discord. If you want to be on the show, want to suggest things to the show, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes for that. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Everyone, the bombs are coming.
I know.
Goodbye.
No.